Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Gray Bear Gaming Podcast. I am Scott. This is David. Liam should be in any minute. This week, we're going to talk about Gamescom 2025 opening day. How long do we expect to game? And Roblox is getting sued by an entire state. But before we get into that, let's talk about what we've been
Jeez.
playing. And David, I guess we start with you this week since Liam is, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm still on the Dune kick.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's kind of been slow lately. It's been a slow week. I got to play, I think, a day or two with some folks who I haven't really had it that are in the guild that I haven't had a lot of game time with.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of fun, but it has been a little slow. I think some of the guild members have other things they got going on in their lives, which is totally, reasonable. I'm still very much into the game. Um, I just don't have that urge like I did in the very beginning to like always want to jump on it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think that I think if I move on to another game, it's not because I don't like Dune, and even if I do move on to another game, I think I will still jump on to Dune every once in a while. Um, but I definitely feel like because I've hit the deep desert. The only thing I haven't done is really gotten into the PvP area and gotten a bunch of spice and done that whole thing. But again, there's no real urge for me to do that. I really don't. I'm not like, oh, I really need to do this. I'm like,
Yeah.
my life isn't complete unless I do that. Like, I don't really care. And
Yeah.
I have played so much of that game. I have over 200 hours in the game. Well over
Wow.
to maybe, man, I'm looking at around like maybe 250.
Yeah.
So I've done a bunch of stuff, so, and I had a great time playing with a lot of the guild members. I'm talking like I'm done. I'm not done, but I definitely think that I will start maybe, I don't know, playing something else. I did play Grounded 2 like maybe a couple months ago, so maybe I'll jump on that. Um, yeah, well, maybe I'll see what's on Gamescom, and I'll see if there's anything that catches my eye, and maybe I'll jump on to some of that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, do you ever
So
get to a point like when I know exactly what you're talking about though when you're playing a game like super heavy and then you get
yeah,
to a point where you're like, okay, I'm almost good. Like I'm almost
yeah,
there. Uh
hmm
that's when I'll back off. I'll like take a little break from it cuz I can feel
hmm
that burnout coming in.
yeah,
And I don't want to, just completely burn out on it. Because I jump around a lot. I
yeah,
play a lot of different games. So yeah, I think you're at that point where it's like, yeah, you maybe should get into something else and not just get that mindset of grinding on something that's it's just going to make you hate it. My wife and
yeah.
I played the Division. We
Okay.
we sank so many hours into the Division. I swear to God, I got at point when I started the game and the little icon came up and it made that sound, I got nauseous. Like I got physically ill. Like if I heard it
Yeah,
anywhere, I'm like, oh God. So it seemed like I took like a year break from that. But yeah, I just burned myself out on that. So I get that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
understand.
There's definitely a point where if you play it and you really don't want to play it, that's when the game you
Yeah.
start ruining the game for yourself. It's like almost like a
Right.
backfire effect.
Yeah. You don't want to get to like,
Yeah.
why am I playing this?
Yeah. I mean, usually that's brought on by somebody else who keeps wanting you to play with them. Or, whether it be a sibling or a spouse or
Mm-hmm.
maybe you have guild members and they're like, we got to jump on. It's Thursday. Thursday is our day, and it's like
Yeah.
you start jumping on because you have to, not because you want to. That's when the game starts really getting burnt out. But that another it's funny because another fun game that I could use as an example is Conan. I have sunk hours into Conan where it's like a good month. I'm playing exclusively Conan, and then I get to that point where I'm like, I just don't feel like playing it, and then I jump onto something else. Another one is No Man's Sky. I have several months with No Man's Sky. Like I'll have a month and I'll be hardcore into it, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'll stop, and then 6 months down the line, I'm jumping on No Man's Sky again, and I'm like
Yeah.
doing like a good month of No Man's Sky. So, especially when I got the VR and I could start playing No Man's Sky in VR, that's when I was getting back into that.
Yeah.
I was getting into No Man's Sky on VR. So, yeah, I mean, I embrace those times, really. I don't look at it. I know a lot of people look at it like I'm done with the game. This game's boring. There's nothing left in the game. I'm like, I had such a great time with this game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like somebody comes into your life and you have like a really great time and you look back on those memories as like fun and you don't and and you're kind of like, I'll see you again, man. I'll see you. I'll see you in 6 months. All right, bro.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. That's how I feel about the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
So like I said, I just embrace those moments. They're fun. I feel like that's what games are really for. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's for.
Exactly. That is exactly what they're an escape.
Yeah.
There's something to I think that a lot of it, and I'm not getting off subject here for that much, but I think a lot of it has to do with this is gonna sound weird, but like as men, like as guys,
Yeah.
we're like genetically made to like dig shit up and chop stuff up. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like it's part of our DNA to like just go out and like how do I get roof overhead? You know what I mean? And we don't need to do that anymore. That's not something that's you have to think about on a daily basis. Well, I mean, me and you, I'm sure there may be some people,
Yeah.
unfortunately, but as just a regular person, you don't have to really think about that if you've got a home and
Yeah.
everything. So I think that gaming, in some aspect, especially games like that, kind of feed into that need for like making something, crafting it, putting it in place, making use of it. I think there's some psychology into that. Not that women can't enjoy it either, because my wife, loves that stuff too.
Yeah.
But she's also very crafty. Like she has completely redone her house. She's done a lot of artwork herself that looks amazing.
Yeah.
And then when she, found Valheim, that was like the same kind of outlet, but a lot cheaper. That she can create things and build things and put things together and make them look nice, and it was just like click for
Yeah.
her. So I think it feels a little bit of a void for whether you're just a guy that just has that in your genetic makeup, or if you're
Yeah.
someone that is crafty or wants to
Yeah.
make those things. So yeah,
Yeah,
I get it.
I think yeah, and I think for games like Valheim or No Man's Sky or Conan or Dune, these are games that like I feel like if you ask somebody, could you live in that game? Like they would say, absolutely, I could live here. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like if this world was real, if I had some kind
On
of
easy
portal where I
mode.
can go into.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I could live there. Whereas there are games where people would be like, no, I wouldn't want to live here, but I enjoy spending a few hours in this place.
Yeah.
And I think that's really where we sort of nest, if I could use that analogy.
Yeah, exactly.
For people.
You settle.
Yeah, that people
That's where you settle.
You settle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you settle into this one game and you nest in there, and it's because you feel as though you can live there. You can connect in that way where you feel like you're your best self, I guess, in that game.
Yeah.
But there are games like for example, I don't feel like a lot of people that play Call of Duty would say I feel like I could live in Call of Duty. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, good God.
Yeah, I feel like that they enjoy it a lot, and it's a great experience, and it's great. You come home, come from work, and you had a bad day, and you can sit there and you can take your aggression out on Call of Duty, but you couldn't like live there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
A game like Valheim, a lot of these open world games, or even single player games that have a linear story, that have like a lot of depth to them. I'm sure a lot of people will say, yeah, I could live there. Fallouts, your what's that one you're playing? The Oblivion.
Oh yeah, yeah. Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Yeah, that was asked me. Like what game world would you live in if you could?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Elder Scrolls, easily. I mean,
Yeah.
Drop me in anywhere. I'll know where I'm at.
Yeah.
So what's it for you?
I would have to say it's definitely No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
It's definitely it's.
Ooh, that's a hard one though, because I mean, it's like it's almost endless, right? Like as many
It is
like
absolutely
areas
endless.
and planets and stuff that. Wow.
Yeah, it's endless, but that endlessness is just I don't know, it's just the coolest thing. And especially in VR has given me like a whole new way of enjoying that I feel like I'm here moment, you know?
Yeah.
When especially when I'm in the I'm literally pushing the throttle forward or moving my hand back up and down to like move the and I can look left and right and actually feel like I'm in the ship.
Yeah.
That feeling is just it's
Yeah.
so
Oh,
freaking
I know
it's
what you
just
mean.
so cool.
Yeah. I when I got my VR headset, of course, one of the first games I got was Skyrim in VR, and
Mhm.
it's very clunky. There's some mods that make it better, but I mean, it's very it's not intuitive. But just the
Yeah.
fact of just like walking around in these spaces that I've spent so much time in a two-dimensional universe, you know, looking at a
Yeah.
screen, and just being able to
Mhm.
be able to like walk over to a table and like, you know, pick something up for
Sit
real is
down.
just, yeah, it was
Yeah.
almost like that aspect of like when I was asked, I was like, what world would you like to be in? I was like, oh, Elder Scrolls, and it's almost like that's what it would be like. You know, I got the chance
Yeah.
to do that. So
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
wish most games, I wish a lot of games had a VR option and like play your favorite game in VR. It is just it's cathartic.
Yeah.
It's just changes you a little bit. So, but
Yeah.
anyway, it's kind of like
Okay.
went that way with everything. But
Little
is
little deep talk.
so what's your next venture? You said ground. I played a little Grounded 2.
Yeah, Grounded 2 seems like something I would jump in on.
Yeah, I think if you like the first one, and this looks way better.
Yeah. You know what? It's definitely on a previous podcast, Liam had said that that they didn't change much, and when I played Grounded 2, I was like, this is the same game. This is exactly the
Yeah, they
same
just like
game as
refined
Grounded 1.
everything. Yeah,
It's just more refined. It's they added a lot of implemented a lot of quality of life changes that they
yeah,
should have did in 1, but they added it in 2. And it definitely looks better, graphically looks better, um, and just plays better. So I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's the same game," and I'm like, "That's fine by me." You know, it's when they try to reinvent the wheel, and you play part 2, and it's like completely different, and you have to learn everything all over
yeah,
again.
and
It's just not the same game anymore. I'm fine with it. Just like, fine, be the same. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I'm not playing Grounded 2 because I want to play as a giant. Oh, we rebranded it. You're giant now. Ha ha ha. And
right,
you know what I mean? No, I'm playing Grounded because I want to be small in a different world. So
right,
they put you in a park. You know, they put you in a. You're not in a backyard anymore. You're in a park. You
yeah,
know, and I know it sounds corny, but I'm like, I'm fine with that. You know, different creatures. I think you can ride ants now. That's cool. I haven't tried it yet, but I've seen images of it. So yeah, maybe I'll jump into that. So
that's what you want out of a sequel, really. I mean, you want the same game, just better.
yeah.
You know, don't change it to the it's unrecognizable.
Mhm. Mhm.
Cool, cool. I
Yeah.
played a little bit of that. I just to kind of check it out and try it out. And
Yeah.
as soon as I got out in the like park area, I was like really impressed how much better it looked, and
Yeah.
crafted a couple of things, and then it was more intuitive, and just all around it looks like. You know, I know there's probably some people out there that's like put like 6 million hours in the ground. And it's like it doesn't have this, it doesn't have that, but they added this and
Yeah.
they broke. You know, just calm down. You know,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
looks like
Relax.
it's a yeah. Just go play the first one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But of course, I played a lot of the second beta for Battlefield 6.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you, did you get on the new what is it? Yeah. Is like the beta every weekend or something, right?
Well, it was the first beta was there was a early access beta, and then there was an open beta, and
Hmm.
then this last weekend it was another open beta with some
Okay.
added. They added a new map and a couple of
Hmm.
different game modes. So
Hmm.
they wanted to try out these, and then they wanted to try out these and separately apparently.
Oh.
And it still ran good. It was still good, but it was obviously we had some issues. I streamed it. You can go to our stream on Twitch and take a look at it. But me and a buddy of mine, we played it, and we like matchmaking was a little bit broken. It would put us. We were in a party, but it would put us. It wouldn't put us in the same squad.
Okay.
Just like little stuff like that. His game froze to where he had to unplug his Xbox.
Oh no.
A la Call of Duty. I've had to do that before. And but overall, like the experience is still so much fun. We tried out like different weapons that we hadn't in the first one to just kind of see, just to kind of get the experience. Try some SMGs and a DMR.
And it saved your progress from the last beta.
Yeah, from the last beta. But I don't think it's scrubbed, with the new version, with the release of it. I think they're scrubbing everything.
Oh, so when you get the release, you got to start over.
Yeah, you got to start over. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Which is fair because if you if you're like capped out and unlocked everything in the beta, then you're gonna be way ahead of everybody else. But there were some obvious cheaters that we ran into. We got shot from behind some walls, and we got shot kind of in just ridiculous scenarios.
Yeah.
And
I got shot by the wall. No.
Yeah, right. I was like, hey, it's showing that guy's shot me from right there. There's a wall right there.
That wall has a gun.
Yeah, that wall, and it's not a wall. It is like a big giant concrete, pillar, whatever. So hopefully they will get that straightened out before the release. But overall, it was we had a lot of fun, and I got to play Squad Deathmatch, which is I explained it last week and just kind of trying to think of remembering what it was, and it was 4 squads of 4, and you fight against each other, and it's not team deathmatch. Everybody's like, well, it's just team deathmatch. No. You have to stick with your squad because when you run into another squad, you're running into 4 people. You're never going to run into one person. If you run off by yourself, the squad that sticks together is just you're just dead.
Yeah.
And we did pretty good in a couple of matches, and I stuck with these guys that we were talking. I was like, oh my God, you guys are using mics. I'm going to stick with you. It's like, yeah, let's do this and this. So, we went through and we were strategizing our stuff. And at one point we were walking down the street and we saw this squad just like casually walking across the street. And we're like, okay, get over to the left. So we got down, and just waited for a second and just jumped up and laid into him and like killed the whole squad. And we're like, yeah, kind of just being a little submersive, right? And of course, if you had been like by yourself, you would have shot that first guy, and the other 3, would have just creamed you. So it's definitely, definitely a team-based game. All the battlefields, I played all the battlefields, excluding 2. Never played 2, but it's. Man, I think it's going to be really good. I think that the developers have listened to their community and their, who's playing the game, and not streamers and YouTubers, because they want it to be a game that they can maximize content out of it, and that's great. I get it. That's your business, but for the other, 600,000 people that are going to be playing it probably day one, screw you. Make it fun. So it sounds like they're really listening to, because all the streamers are pissed off, all the YouTubers are pissed off, and I'm like, they're doing something right. They're actually doing something right. Not this streamer. I don't make even though I just made affiliate, I'm not rich or anything from streaming old games, but yeah, had a lot of fun with it. It does need some work. Hopefully they'll get all that straightened out. And
have they given out any plans of release?
Yeah, it's October 5th or 6th, something like that. Yeah, it's not far off. But yeah, just like Arc Raiders, play the crap out of Arc Raiders, and then that weekend after, it's almost like, I don't know about you, but like, when you put the Christmas tree up and you put all the decorations up, and then you're just like, well, it's just cold. It was like, it's Christmas is over. I get really depressed. That's what it feels like. It's like, well, I'm looking at my Steam library and I'm like, oh, fucking playing this shit. It's just the whole weekend of just sheer fun, man. But so many things happen in that game. It's so cinematic and just crazy. Jets blowing up behind you, and rockets going through one window and going out the other and hitting a tank and just crazy shit like that, just constantly. But it made me laugh that if you go to YouTube right now, or even Twitter or X or whatever, you'll see a lot of Call of Duty's guys just saying how bad this game is and saying how terrible it is and blah 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 blah. And then just saying it's like can we just stop fighting over one fucking thing, man? It's like the console wars are over. You got Xbox games on PlayStation on. I mean, it's over. It's done. Everybody's kind of coming to terms with that, and it's starting the dust is settling. And then here comes the Battlefield guys and the Call of Duty guys, and they're just like, rah, and it's like, just shut up. Yeah. Just go play your game. If you like Battlefield, go play that. I prefer Battlefield over Call of Duty, but I do play Call of Duty because some of them are fun. But the latest one is I didn't think it was fun. I didn't enjoy it. So I didn't play much of that. But Battlefield 6, I think they're going to nail it, man. They're going to nail it. It's going to be super fun. Nice. And I just hope, servers are ready for that first day because I'm going to be there, I don't know what,
nice.
Let me see what that day that is. I'll have to look because October 6th is a Monday. Surely that's not coming out on a Monday. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's like the 9th. That's a Thursday. So I don't know. I'll get some PTO. But anyway, I played a lot of that. And that was pretty much it. That's all I had time for. I streamed for about 4 hours, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait for that to come out. Arc Raiders comes out on the October 30th.
Oh, so October's got some.
It's got two of my most anticipated games, and unfortunately, I swear, if Battlefield 2042, which is terrible, has spiked 500%. Because everybody's in that, they're like, I want to play Battlefield. So they're going back to Battlefield 2042. So I did the same thing. I went back and I played one match, and I'm playing, and I played a whole match, and the guy that was with me apparently had a mic because he was like, God, this game sucks. Why are we even playing this shit? I was like, I just laughed. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just trying to get that feel back. He's like, God, this is garbage. I'm like, yeah. It's like, I think I can wait till October, but I'm gonna me and my buddy, we're gonna stream it tomorrow night, 2042.
Okay.
I think we're just gonna bitch about it the entire time how shitty it is.
You're like, just eat the burger, close your eyes.
Yeah, just pretend
it's whatever your favorite burger is.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Right. This soy patty is a steak. Just pretend. We're fine. So I'm gonna do that. We'll see what happens there. So anyway, nice. I'm still waiting on Liam. I hope he's okay. I messaged him. What time is it? God, about 20 minutes ago. Jeez. All right. Well, anyway. So we do have a rumor before we get into our major stories, and it's from, I think it was Matt Piscatella that said that, heard that Fair Games, the exclusive game from Jade Raymond's studio, who left recently, is being canceled. Yep. So this sounds about right to me. It's probably just a rumor, but yeah, I could totally see that. I think we called it anyway. I think we figured that this game was going to get canceled. So we're going to say it here. I don't know. What do you think? You think this thing's going to get canceled?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking it up right now, and like the internet just lit up with like, it's like Fair Games is going to get canceled. It's wild.
Yep. I mean, it's a rumor, so nobody, don't freak out about it, everybody. But we'll see what happens. And but I think it's getting canceled. I called it earlier. I said it was going to get canceled. And I'm like 72% right about 50% of the time. So you can take that for what it is. So let's before Liam gets here, we wanted to talk about, and you brought this up because I think this is great. Like
Yeah.
how do we as as older guys,
Yeah.
how long do we expect to do gaming? Like
Yeah.
what is your cutoff age for gaming?
Huh. Yeah. I mean, it's funny because if somebody just asked me in passing, like I guess you did just now, I would just say forever. You know what I mean? I would
Yeah.
just yeah, I'll just play forever. But I realized that like um with every like 10 years or so, um my world of gaming just seems to get a little different, little
Mm-hmm.
changes.
Yeah.
I start jumping into games, and there's a lot of younger people playing it, which is fine. I have no problem with younger people, but I just start feeling more and more like a fish out of water. And it's just an odd feeling, and I started to wonder, when I brought up this topic, what is w- did he message you?
No,
um
not
I'm
yet.
starting to wonder, I'm very close to 50. Okay, my older brother just turned 50, right? I just celebrated a birthday for somebody who just turned 60, so it was a big party for them. It's a
How come I never
you
got a
know
party? I never get a party.
well, it wasn't. I mean, we went to a nice restaurant, and then they they're in a band, so they played a show. And that's another thing too. Is like it's like for me, I still am friends with a lot of people who are still in bands, and I watch these guys on stage who are old, and they're always like, yeah, I'm never gonna give up this lifestyle, and they look tired. They look tired on
Yeah.
stage,
Yeah.
and they look exhausted. And it's one thing to be a musician with all these like weird little kooky habits when you're young, because you're watching this person on stage and you're like, oh, they're developing themselves. But then you look at somebody who's like 50, like me or something, and they're still kind of like playing like that, and you're like, you still have these habits that you never, like, I guess, got rid of.
Hmm.
And I don't want to say you should give up, because you never give up, but like, I don't know, it's just not the same, I guess, is what I'm saying. And I wonder if my gaming life is going to be like that. I wonder if I'm going to be 70, 80 years old and still playing video games and trying my best to enjoy myself, but realizing that, I don't know, the world that I live in is just a little different. I don't know, I almost wanted to, I mean, I mentioned this to you guys, and I don't know, I almost wanted to find like a gamer who was like in their 80s or something like that, or
Hmm.
somebody that was really really old, and put them on the podcast and ask them, what's your experience like? What's it like? How was it like when you were 70? How was it like when you were 80?
Or maybe
How
it's
is it?
new for them. Like when did they get into it? Maybe
Yeah,
it's.
yeah. Or are there any physical limitations? Do you feel like, because people always say like, I'm gonna travel the world when I get older, and then they get older and they physically can't do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh yeah. I mean that's definitely a thing.
Yeah, and I feel like that's my biggest dread. My biggest dread is that like I turn 80 and I physically can't play video games anymore. That would just I think I'd just be waiting for death at that point. I'd be like, just take me out. Just
No.
take me out.
Yeah.
Just if I get put on life support, just pull the plug at that point,
Yeah.
okay? But I worry about that, but I don't know. I just don't know what my life is gonna be like at that age. If I can make it to 80, that'll be great. To make it to 80, to make it to 90,
Yeah.
I would feel blessed to make it to that age. So I don't know. How about for you? Like, what do you envision in the future?
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's obviously some physical, ramifications to getting old. One of the reasons that I went to
Yeah.
PC was because
Hmm.
I've got my thumb is and I blame Destiny. My thumb is got a joint in it that's degenerative, which means arthritis. So it got very painful to
Yeah.
use a controller over an extended period of time. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay, so what are my options? Of course, I went to my doctor, and he gave me a cortisone shot, and I'm like, well, that works for a little while, but he's like, oh, we can do surgery, and then he explained the surgery, and I'm like, he's like, oh, we have like a
Yeah.
88% recovery rate. And I'm like, okay. So then, you Google it, and it's like, no, you have an 80% failure rate. That's what it is. So it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
most people that have that surgery end up like losing the, mobility of their thumb. Um,
Oh no.
which I also, play guitar, and that wouldn't be beneficial for either one of those things. So I was like, I'm not doing, I'm just going to
Yeah.
get through the pain, but going to a mouse and keyboard has helped exponentially
Yeah.
with that, and not having to use my thumb for anything but maybe hitting the thumb button every once in a while. So there is that aspect to it. And my dad, he was he's hunter and fisherman dude, but he was also a gamer. Um,
Mhm.
he played a lot of like World War II shooters. He loved those. He loved when Call of Duty was like World War II. He loved that.
Yeah.
And then he played some Battlefield, and
Mhm.
um, when Call of Duty it's so funny when he played all the campaigns in Call of Duty. Every time a Call of Duty came out, he's just like, I gotta get my Call of Duty in, and he played the
Nice.
campaign. But there, he stopped playing Call of Duty because was it God? Which one was it that was so terrible? I can't think of it now. Um, anyway, it was one that starts off in like the space station, and it blows up, and you're in
Oh,
space.
okay.
But there was one segment where you're in the water, and you shoot a rifle in the water, and like the bullets are like straight. Yeah, and he just stopped playing. He's like, "That's bullshit." He said, "You can't do that. That's just the dumbest thing." He just got so mad about that, and just that's it. He just like never played another Call of
Yeah.
Duty. Uh, and but so he played other games, but when he got older, he just when his hands didn't work as well as it used to, he played
Mhm.
Farming Simulator, and he
Okay.
played the crap out of that. He got like I think it's like a yearly release, so he would get the
Mm.
yearly release, and he'd play on console, and he did that up until he was about 73, 74, and he
Oh,
passed
okay.
away at 77. So he was he only had like a couple of years left, and I took my VR headset down there because um, he couldn't walk at that point, and I thought, well,
Mm.
maybe you can get a VR headset, and that would give him the mobility, of stuff.
Yeah.
And he liked it, but he just was like, "Nah, I don't want to mess with that."
Yeah.
I think he was just kind of done. So I think it maybe
Yeah.
when you get to the point of you're not able to do that like you like it, or to the
Yeah.
capacity that you want, maybe that's when
Yeah.
you're just like, okay, I guess I can't do that anymore. I mean, as I get
Yeah.
older, there's things that I can't do that I used to be able to do. Um,
Mhm.
I used to run like 4 miles a day, and my knee's so jacked up, I can't do that
Yeah.
anymore. And then somebody's like, well, why don't you have
Yeah.
knee surgery? I'm like, sure, it's good for about 7 years, and then I'm gonna have another surgery. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no thanks. So you just kind of have to work around that, and I can still ride a bike. So I try to ride a bike as much as I
Yeah.
can when it's not 105,000 degrees outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's just a matter of like I think your body will tell you when you're ready.
Yeah.
You know.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, it's a very sad thought, really, if you think about
yeah.
it, and I think it's literally the one thing that I think maybe is there's a disconnect in our society. I mean, I don't know about in Japan. I know that in other countries they really sort of honor their elderly. Here in America, I don't feel like we do enough of honoring our elderly. Um, we need to realize that they just get to a point, and I say they, I mean I will be there one day, but we just get to a point where we just can't do the same things. The small things we take for granted, those things start to slowly go away.
Yeah.
And you see, oh, I helped this old lady across the street. Like, they need help across the street. Like, as trivial as just walking across the street is for you, for them it's a task, and they may just be going to the grocery store to just get
Yeah.
some food, or they're just doing the most simplest of tasks, and it's difficult for them, and it's really sort of sad that we just don't have more things in place for them. And you said you switched over to using a mouse because of the physical limitation of the keyboard. It may be something that the video game industry as a whole needs to consider, that within the next 10 to 20 we're thinking about the next console, or we're thinking about the next video game.
Yeah, they think about their customers.
in the next 10 to 20 years, you got to look at how many of your customers are reaching geriatric point.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because we know the kids aren't buying games. Like, they're not. They're looking at a wall of nothing. So, keep us going.
I feel like that portion, century, decade, whatever you want to call it, that portion of you'll always have children playing games. You'll always have as long as we're making babies, you're gonna have young people playing games. But as we go further in time, the amount of old people really starts to grow that play video games.
Right.
Because
people are going to start living longer, and and just in general,
Yeah, I mean, if video games, video games are what, like, I don't even know how old video games are. What, like 50 years old, 40 years old?
The first actual video game I think was in the late 50s.
Okay.
And then commercially it was in the late 60s, early 70s.
Right. So we're looking like around 50 years old.
Yeah.
At this point, you have like 1 million people playing games, let's say. That million of people are gonna eventually be like geriatric status, to the point where they have physical limitations, and they might have to say, okay, well, listen, we develop, in the same way I've seen them develop new controllers for the handicapped, people that are handicapped, people that maybe they're missing limbs, or they have the paralysis in some way, they can't move a certain part of their body or all of their body. I've seen people taking people out on Call of Duty with their mouth, and it's amazing. Yeah. So I mean, if you want people to keep playing well into their 70s or older,
just have like a plug in your head, man. Just plug it
eventually,
in.
Maybe eventually we're gonna Matrix status, and and you're like, I know kung fu, Grandpa.
Right.
He's in his Matrix thing again.
Yeah. Good grief,
dude. Check out this girl in the red dress. Grandpa, God,
calm down. So yeah, I think that I think you got a good point. I think that the industry should look at that, because as long as they and also games too. As these developers make more and more games that are have like a message and are shooting for that Generation Z crowd, they're not buying games, unless it's free to play. I mean, there's a lot of them playing Fortnite and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is like they don't look at gaming like we do, And me and you, you probably had an Atari 2600. We had a Atari 2600, and when it was new, like when it came out, we got one. And a lot of people I talked to, we had one of those. We'd hook it up every once in a while for, just to goof around with. And then we'd go back to our 360. Oh, there's Liam. And I'm like, your 360? Like, what the, So our perception of gaming is a little bit different. And I think that, not without, saying much, is like, God, what happened? Was it a tornado? What the hell, dude? Are you okay?
Yeah.
You fell asleep,
He's
didn't you?
alive.
He's
He's
alive.
alive.
Did you fall asleep?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I feel so.
we'll give you a sec. We're just talking about old shit. It's
Yeah.
just something
Yeah.
you won't
Being an
you may
old
learn
geezer.
something, but yeah. So anyway, what I was saying is like I think that we look at gaming a little bit differently. When we say we grew up with it, we grew up as gaming grew up. You know, if like
Yeah.
your first console was a 360, gaming was so advanced at that time. You didn't
Yeah.
know, you didn't have really a clue like having one joystick and one button, or you know having the in television like what it had a wheel on it. Like what the fuck you like where was who was thinking that? You know, who thought that
Yeah.
was a good idea? So, you know, I think our appreciation of it, we'll be the ones playing in our 80s. I don't know if like maybe younger people will, but I will tell you this: if you're watching this and you're like, I used to game all the time, and then I got married and I had kids. Don't throw anything away, because those kids will grow up, they'll leave the house. You'll see them holidays. I swear to God, it's like you're not a parent anymore. So then you're going to be like, it's called empty nesting. Your kids are out of the house, and you're like, what am I going to do? You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to like paint the house, or dig that old console
Yeah.
up, or go to the store and buy a new PC or something and get back into it. And
Yep.
you'll be amazed at what's going on. And I guarantee you, if you do get a PC, you will find games that cater to you. Not all the games out
Yeah.
there are for the younger people. They're catered for of any like. And if you like those old games, there's new games now that are like the old games. So I think that game wise, we're set. I don't really worry about that going in the future. But yeah, you did pick up a good point of the hardware itself. Maybe making
Yeah.
like mice that are like bigger. You know, maybe for people that are a little arthritic, maybe make a different shape or something easy to use, and people should
Yeah.
probably look into that.
Yeah, and I think that if they don't exist now, they probably do. But I'm
Maybe.
sure there's gonna be well, I mean, in the sense that there's gonna be communities probably on Facebook or Reddit or whatever that you know gamers 70 and older, gamers 60 and older. I know I'm in a community on Facebook that's gamers 40 and older, but I don't know how long am I going to be in that community before I outgrow that community and want to join one that's 70 and older or 60 and older,
Yeah.
and then those communities are going to get bigger as time goes by. You're going to have,
Mm-hmm.
100,000 people who are gaming and they're
You have like a
70, you know what I mean?
geriatric LAN party. Hell
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Put your walker here. Put your PC
yeah.
here. Yeah, let's go
I'm
play some
playing
Counter Strike.
GTA. I'm playing GTA, and I'm just punching the lights out of anybody who tries to mess with me.
All right, that's gonna be
Give
so
me
much
your
fun.
money. Hands up, everybody! Get down on the ground.
Yeah,
Ah,
my wife and I were talking about that the other day about like we have friends that are online, and we've had for years, and it feels like a family. And then, but like
yeah.
in our like here locally, we don't really have many
Mhm.
friends, because it's like, when you meet people, it's like, oh well, what do you like to do? Oh, we're really into like pickleball, or we're
Yeah.
really like we like we have ferrets, or we got a little farm and we raise chickens. And like,
Yeah.
God, like okay, that's great, it's awesome, but it's not like they're gonna understand.
Yeah.
Are you getting the
Yeah.
Battlefield 6 beta this weekend? It's
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so I don't know, man. But anyway, well, let's move on now that Liam's here. Liam, what I just had a quick question. Do you think Fair Games is getting canceled? It's a rumor, but what do you think?
Probably.
Yeah, I think everybody's pretty much like it's already done.
Like, even if it's not, let's say it's not, like, who's actually looking forward to it? That's like the bigger issue of all these service games. It's like,
Yeah,
who asked for these? No,
yeah,
no one's hyped for it. No one
no,
wanted it. So it's like,
yeah,
oh, if
and
it does, no.
especially with an industry that it's gotten so greedy, to have a game where you're like playing someone that's stealing from the rich.
Yeah.
It just seems a little, I don't know, like maybe look in the mirror a little bit. Is that really us that you're stealing
Hmm.
from? I don't know. Maybe it's It's like somebody making a sculpture of a monster, and then it looks like them, and they're like, "What do you mean? Oh my god, it looks just like me!" You know.
I will say, if a game like Fair Games is still going on, I think it should be a free to play. If that does come out, if
that would be fair, that'd be a fair game.
Exactly. Fair games. That's why they took the money sign off. Maybe that's why they took the money, off the S. Fair games. Now it's going to be free to play.
Because Age could be never conquered otherwise.
Man. Still, though, to come out with a free to play hero shooter right now is, you good luck. If that's what you're doing, good luck. It's yikes.
I mean, in general, like, if everything's so saturated right now with some genres, it really is.
Yeah. I think you're on your webcam, Mike.
Oh.
Maybe. It sounds like it. So let's get into this real quick. We don't have to talk a lot about this because we can go over the Gamescom stuff. But this is, I'm bringing this up because my Scotty sense is tingling. This is going to blow up. This is going to be huge. This is going to be like P. Diddy Epstein big. I swear. I think it is.
It's going to be huge.
It's huge. It's going to be huge. So I'm obviously talking about the Roblox situation they're being sued.
Cancel of the century.
They are being sued by Louisiana, an entire state. But this story, I didn't have time to read a lot of stuff, so I found a video from TheBackgroundNPC on YouTube. Go check her out. She gives a great synopsis of everything that's going on with this. And, while you're there, give her a like and sub. And while you're here, give us a like and sub. It is totally free and also free of germs. I swear. That was a fever blister. So Roblox is being sued by Louisiana for not basically just creating a platform for predators. And they also blocked and canceled the account of a YouTuber named Schlepp. And his content is actually catching people on Roblox, predators, and getting involved with the police. And in conjunction with the police, he's helping them catch these guys. And like every video, he's catching somebody grooming a child or, in there saying, "Hey, I'm 12 and my name's Gus." And, there's already been several kidnappings from Roblox. I think they're up to 6.
Jesus.
And I also saw another video. I don't know how true this is, but there was a YouTuber that created an account. He's like, "Okay, I'm going to go in. I'm going to create an account. Got it. Okay. Put in my credit card information. Got it. Okay. Now I'm gonna log in, create a character, and once I hit the get into Roblox, let's see how long it takes for us to see something inappropriate." So he makes a character, logs in, and immediately sees a character walking around like a dick and balls. This is for children. This game is supposed to be fine for any child to play.
Yeah.
There's rooms and there's games that are based on P. Diddy parties. And there's the security on this. They have like 6 billion messages a day. And again, this is from TheBackgroundNPC. Go check her out. And they've caught, like they'll even say, "Oh, well, we've caught like 1,200 messages that were going to children from grown people that blah blah blah." And it's like out of 6 billion, you caught 1,200. That is not secure at all.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, also, the CEO right before this happened was making an announcement that they are gonna make Roblox also a dating platform to help with loneliness. A dating platform that has a large group of children on this. I don't know if his mindset is really in the way of right thinking. Meaning, I'm starting to think that maybe this guy is perpetuating trafficking and maybe making money off of this, because I know that they want to block all these people and get rid of them, right? Because they're spending money. So then that's why Louisiana suing him. And also Chris Hansen, the guy from To Catch a Predator. He's doing his own investigation. He's starting his own documentary on this alone. That is not good. That is really, really not good. And like I said, man, my Scotty sense is like, bzz, this is gonna blow up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, where do you think this is gonna fall? Is this just gonna blow over just like every other thing that happens with Roblox?
No, I definitely, I'm on the same page as you. I definitely feel like it's very similar. Which, by the way, that's fucking terrible. I mean,
Absolutely.
to hear something like, it's fucking terrible.
It's disgusting, and
it's disgusting and terrible, and I think it's very much what's going to probably end up happening is very much in the vein of like you have the what is it, the ERB ratings, the ESRB ratings, where you see T for teen, E for everyone.
ESRB.
It's gonna be it's gonna be like that, where like you have some parents that see the T for teen and they go, oh, you can't play this game.
Peggy 42. Yeah.
Yeah. It's I think it's gonna catch fire, and it's going to, because you have a lot of parents out there that hear about something bad.
Yeah.
And they're very reactionary, and they don't do any real research or anything like that, and they're gonna hear, oh, Roblox is synonymous with predators, and they're just gonna go blanket be like, you can't play this game. I don't want you on this game.
I hope so. Like, if you're listening to this right now,
rightfully so.
Take your kid off Roblox.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, if you're gonna let this kid play this game, play the game with them. Be in the game with them. Get another controller and be in the game with them.
I think at this point, just don't play the game at all.
Don't play the game.
Right.
Sure. But no, I think that's probably what's gonna end up happening. You're gonna have like a swath of people, a swath of parents that are like, nope, delete that game. You're not playing that game anymore. That's it. This is bad publicity for them.
Oh, their stock has plummeted. Their stock just dropped, like it fell out of a building. Let's hope it continues.
And I hope, other companies start to, look at this and, implement better security, habits, things where.
Put a pin in that statement. Let's check with Liam.
Oh,
Liam,
yeah?
I'll come back to that. Liam, what are you thinking about?
Yeah, it's crazy how this was sort of accepted in Roblox until now.
Yeah.
Accepted.
Well, not, you know what I mean? But
kind of taking a blind eye to. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, because I didn't know what the hell Roblox was.
We all do.
Even me. I never played Roblox before.
Mm-mm.
And then somebody played. One of my friends said, "Let's play Roblox." I was like, "I don't know what it is." And when you go on it, it's crazy. And then you realize how many people play it. What was that thing? 23 million people on Roblox at once happened. It was.
But what specifically? What was your experience though? Did you see a guy walking around as a dick, or was it?
I didn't see any dicks.
My name's Peter.
Dicks walking around. But my experience with Roblox, I don't know if you want to search it out, maybe, I don't know. But my experience with Roblox was, hey, let's play this game where you chuck yourself off a mountain. And
that's it.
That was it.
But wait a minute. So the whole idea of the game was to jump off a mountain.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really great for kids, isn't it?
It was called Broken Bones. Basically, you have to break as much stuff as you can by just falling.
Oh my God, that's.
Yes.
I mean,
let's go in this other room where we can play a game that's like stab your mom.
Yeah.
Right? Or get in a car with a stranger. Oh, it's my favorite game.
Yeah.
But is Roblox like a game where you could just do whatever you want?
It's a platform. Yeah. People create like games within games, like within from my understanding is that. But how much advertisement did you see though?
I
guess that's in lobbies. Did you go in like a lobby and a bunch of people?
I went in lobbies and you just basically search what you want to find.
Yeah.
And you see like loads of lobbies, games,
Yeah, what you're describing, I feel like if the games are geared towards little children, you know, you're gonna end up playing a lot of games that has this, like, you know how kids are, they have this like toilet humor, you know,
Yeah.
farting and pooping and hey, you know,
Yeah.
like ha 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 ha, you know, and so I feel like there's probably tons of games like that.
Oh
And
that'd probably be
which is a
like,
haven for the predators, fucking haven for them.
Well,
You know what I mean?
that's the point. I mean, it's kind of creating a platform to like the comedian that I forget the guy's name, but it was talking about going to you know, a daycare to pick up his kid, and somebody would ask him, it's like, well, oh, which one is yours? And he's like, oh, I haven't decided yet. So, you know, it's kind of like that. Which is not what you say to somebody at a daycare, but or what my daughter would like to say is, "Oh, that's not my dad." I'm like, "What are you doing?" So it's.
I hope she says that's my grandpa. So.
No. I had a beard for like her entire life, and I shaved it, and I went to pick her up one time, and she goes, "Oh, that's not my dad. My dad has a beard." And I'm like that lady's looking at me like I'm calling the police. She's just joking. I swear to God.
Oh my God.
Anyway, it's kind of like a reverse. But and of course, as me being a dad, my kids are older. But had they been younger, being on a platform like this, I would have had to research it first. I typically didn't let them. If I let them play an online game, I'd shut the chat, the text, I turned every like communication thing off, so they could play the game, but they couldn't talk to anybody. Just because of, I mean, obviously, you can be in any game. It could be a kid's game, but it'll sound like a Call of Duty lobby. So, you know, just to make sure that they weren't giving information to anybody that they didn't need to, that could be potentially, you know, dangerous later on. And that's how these kids get kidnapped. They'd say, it's like, oh, you're 12, me too. I'm Bobby, you know, I live in your neighborhood. Where do you know, what's your address? You know, and they get this information from them, like, hey, let's play after school. Just meet me at this corner of blah, 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 blah. And then they're gone. And it can happen. You think your kid's smart? No. If they think it's another kid, they are not, their radar is like not on. It's zero. If they think it's another kid.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have to teach your kids about that. And honestly, you know, like David said, you have to play the games. You have to get involved in what they're doing. But Roblox has always been a problem. And I think when this comes out, you're going to find out that the company itself is perfectly okay with this because of the amount of money that they get in. And that is just that is like at the point of shutting it down, and some people are going to jail. Like that is you're
as
almost
as
they should. I mean, how deep does this go? And when this Chris Hansen guy gets his claws into it, holy shit, it's going to come out and it's going to be bad, and it's going to be and even a little bit worse. Of course, the media is going to be like, "Oh my God, all video games are bad. They're bad for your children. Yeah. Video games are terrible." And then we go through this whole rigmarole again of, you know, we're all Satan worshipers if we play D&D. So, so yeah, this is. I'm afraid this is going to get bad. But here's another little sprinkle of salt to put on this. You know, recently, Visa and MasterCard and PayPal forced two stores to take products that are perfectly legal and visibly marked as adults, that you can't buy them unless you're an adult, made them take them off the market. Where the fuck are they when they endorse Roblox? They actually endorse. They actually are partners with Roblox. Visa and MasterCard are partners with this potential sex trafficking, you know, platform.
Yeah.
What the hell? Why? Oh, you say? Yeah, money. Yeah, they're making a ton of money off every little bitty transaction. When that kid gets his mom's credit card and goes, They make tons off of it. So, yeah, they're not going to shut that down. They're not going to say a damn thing. You won't hear a word from them at all.
Yep.
So, this is the sick, world we live in when corporations get involved with what they think is moral when it's really not moral at all. Saving the kids. If I hear another company say they're saving the kids, I'm going to throw up because it has nothing to do with them. They have no intention of saving any children. It's all about money. Dipshits.
Right. That's like when I go into a store and I try to buy something. Oh, would you like to donate $1 to? I'm like, fucking no. That's a write-off for you. It's not a write-off for me.
Yeah, and I don't know where that's going. What is this children's network of Istanbul? Like, does that even exist?
Yeah.
And you're fucking Walmart. You're like a trillionaire. Why don't you give them some fucking money?
Exactly.
I'm having a hard time buying this fucking loaf of bread you got here that you jacked up $3. God damn.
Exactly. You don't have to deal with that in where you're from, do you, Liam?
Yeah, when you go to the store to this, does it pop up with all these, hey, do you want to donate to this and that? And
sometimes it's not, sometimes, depending on, different shops. Normally, it's actually not the cashier that says it. It's the actual, if I'm paying by card.
Yeah, that's what it does. It comes up.
Doing a pay, just tap no.
No, yeah. Yeah, I don't. If I give money, if I donate money, it is for places that I know I've done the research. I know that money that I'm giving them is going straight to them. When you're just you're at McDonald's and you want to round up for some shit you never heard of. No.
Yeah.
And it's you don't want to fight hunger? I'm like, bitch, I am fighting hunger. I just bought a Big Mac.
I'm fighting my hunger.
What do you want from me?
About everyone else.
Right. Shit. Anyway, so let's get into something a little more upbeat, I guess. I don't know. Liam and I watched the Gamescom opening night live together for most of it. And I know, we were like, where's David? Oh, he's at work.
Together?
Yeah.
And then I fell asleep.
I wasn't supposed to tell you that. Yeah, and then he goes, I'll be back in a minute, and went to sleep. That's how exciting it was. But we did get, I made some notes of some stuff that I saw that looks really good. And one that was announced at it, but they didn't show it. And everybody's going to be like, it's probably eye rolling at this point when I bring it up. But of course, one is they showed some gameplay of the Indiana Jones DLC. The I didn't write it down. Something of the Giants.
The
Order of the Giant. Yeah, and it looks really good. It looks more Temple of Doom than the first. It looks like an obsessed cult. There's no Nazis. It's just a completely different bad guy. It's this looks really good. Puzzles and just more Indiana Jones. It's probably going to be fantastic. And if you haven't played that game, go play that game. That game is so much fun. It is. They did a fantastic job with that. But then there's a game that was formerly known as Project LLL. This is from, I didn't write that down either. God, I took horrible notes. But it's now called Cinder City. And Liam, you saw this. There were zombies, there's mechs, there's robots, there's bad guys, there's, it's third person shooting, but there's loot and there's public events, and it looks like it's New York, but there's mechs sliding around, fighting this bigger mech, and I don't know, it just looked like a cornucopia of video game shenanigans.
Yeah, the designers were like, what enemies shall we have in this game? Yes.
Right, yes. Like Gary Oldman, all of them. It's we want to make this like The Division.
It was crazy, yeah.
But dial it up to 100, yeah. It looks nuts.
It felt like if Division meets survival horror meets future mech Titanfall,
Mech Warrior, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
Armored
it's like
Core, Division, State of
they
Decay.
put all these games and just went, yeah, here you
I'm
go.
I'm all for it, man. I'm
Yeah, I
like
mean,
just whatever, throw it in there. How many times have like I told the David this earlier, but my wife and I played a ton of the Division when it came out. Man, that was like our jam. We played that all the time, and
Yeah.
and there were more than many times where we all agreed, and everybody we were playing with is like, just put zombies in it. Just put some. Just four.
Yeah.
Just put some zombies in it. Just for Halloween, have like a thing,
no
man.
zombie event.
Yeah, it was just like just seeping with the perfect formula for just like, oh, there's some zombies, or don't even tell anybody. Just have a patch and just like, oh fuck, there's zombies all over the Division. Man, people would just flock and log in, and
Yeah.
of course they never did because it was Tom Clancy. I get it, but this looks like they did that. They had that idea plus 20 others. So this might be a complete, just utter mess, or it might be just super, super fun. And I can't wait. They don't have a release date though. I didn't see one.
No.
Another one is Time Takers. This looks like another hero shooter that you use time for currency. But then also Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 actually got a release date. This game has been in development forever. The first one, I own the first one. I cannot get it to play on modern hardware. Apparently it just doesn't work very well. You'd have to play it on an older machine. But it was very well received, very well rated. This is the sequel, and if I remember correctly, this was going to be done by the original developers of the first one until the owners of Vampire the Masquerade took it from them. They were taking too long. They weren't happy with it. They gave it to somebody else, and this is what we got right now. And this, let me check the date on this. This has a release date. Do you remember the release date, Liam?
Was it this
It
year, though?
was October, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Bam. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to type it. Yeah, here it is. Bloodlines 2. This is coming out October 21st. So something we didn't know was actually gonna, hit, and we get it on October 21st. Perfect timing too, man. It's a good Halloween game. So what did you think about this game? Have you guys played Vampire the Masquerade of any kind? The first one was a really good top-down RPG.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was. It was 2000, 2001-ish. You played a knight, a crusader that got bit, and then you go to sleep and you wake up in 2001. So like half the game's in medieval and then half the game's in modern. It was really cool. And
That's pretty cool.
yeah. So the sequel was like in New York or something. So it's very seedy, very film noir vampire kind of thing, and I hope that they carry that on. Age of Empires 4 is going to PlayStation 5, and then Project Spectrum. This is from the guys that made Delta Force, not Team Ninja, Team Jade. Yeah. This is you just have to watch the trailer. I don't know. Can you explain it, Liam? I don't know if I could explain. It looked like it's a PvE horror shooter.
Oh yeah.
I think it's also Extraction.
Yeah. It was
It was messed up. It was
yeah.
kinda messed up.
Think like you're going in like into a kind of Resident Evil Silent Hill type game. You're shooting all the monsters. Now imagine all those monsters or one of the monsters was a player on the other side.
Yeah.
That concept was like the horror is a player and like against
The horror
other
is
players.
you. Yeah.
And yeah, so the concept is cool. Because I'm one that hates horror games. I hate that kind of thing.
Yeah, Liam didn't like. There's a guy that came out. A mannequin's face fell out, and when it landed on the ground, it sprouted like spider legs and ran off.
Yeah, and the designs they do is crazy.
Like that's
I would
so
hate,
freaky.
I would hate like horror games like by themselves because you're just against the AI and it's just gonna scare you the whole time basically.
Yeah.
But if you play that and you're shooting players, that's kind of I don't know. That kind of got my interest more than just another generic horror game.
Yeah. It looks. There was It looks like it's you go you set a mission, you go into the mission, and it plays out differently maybe every time you play it. And then of course you're depending on like what side you're on or what, and it looked like maybe like Liam said, you look like a monster to the other players or vice versa. It wasn't clear about that. None of it's very clear, I think, purposefully. This is like that announcement trailer that's not actually gameplay. So this thing might not even come out for the next 3 years, but it just looks very interesting, and I like what they're doing with it. I'm not super crazy about PvE games outside of Arc Raiders, but if they do something really different with it, like your team looks like soldiers, but to the other team you look like monsters, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Much like what they did with Dead Space 3. And I've talked about this before, but there's a segment. There's part of the game where you play one person plays Isaac, who's mentally not all there, because of all the trauma that he's gone through, and the other person plays a soldier, another character, and you go through this hallway, and if you're playing Isaac, you see the Necrons or whatever come out of this hallway. And you just start shooting, and you're blowing them up, and you're like, goddamn, get these guys, he's almost got you. Look, and it looks like he's like walking over to the other character. And then, of course, the other player you're playing with is like, what are you doing? There's nothing there. And there's nothing, like their perception of it, they're not seeing any of it. Yeah. They're just seeing you freak out shooting at a wall. And it's like, are you okay? Yeah. Like you get the perception of that player as the character, and what they're seeing. Yeah. Yeah. So if they can really do some really cool stuff like that. That would be really messed up.
Really cool. Just imagine like you in a party with players and someone's like freaking out, like, oh, they're everywhere. Ah!
Yeah, and there's nothing there, and you're like, what do you do? Did you take the shrooms? Yeah. So yeah. And that could very well do that. Or what about this? Like all of a sudden, everyone in your team looks like a monster, except you.
Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute. Are you guys monsters? No, what are you talking about? And then they're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we're getting, we're getting a little out there. But yeah.
A lot of things like that.
Yeah.
Just,
well,
psychological. You're like, who do you trust? You're like,
I know.
They turn off friendly fire, and then they just make everybody look like a monster.
Yeah.
Right.
He's right there. That's me, man. You just shot me. What the hell?
Right. Or it turns on and off like randomly, but you don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be nuts. But out of all these games, I think that one was really the only one that to me standed out of doing something different. There were some other games that, the Japanese, feudal Japan, shinobis and stuff like that, which is cool, but this looked very, very new. And then the last one that I found, soon as I got off and started rummaging, Night Dive Studios, which is one of my favorite studios because they take all my favorite games from like the 90s and then make them to where you can play them now on new hardware. They just released a System Shock 2, which plays really well on new hardware, and they made it co-op just because. So that was great. Outlaws. This game came out in 1997, made by LucasArts. The soundtrack is absolutely phenomenal. It's based on the spaghetti westerns of the 60s, and the soundtrack accompanies it. And it's a stylized animated shooter, but in the Old West. And when you go look at it, you're going to be like, that is goofy. It was goofy. It was goofy and cool at the same time back when they made this thing. But the story is really cool, and the cutscenes are hand-drawn animations, and it's the old LucasArts that made, like, everything they made was golden. So this comes out in October as well. They got a release date.
How many games are coming out in October? Seriously.
I know.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
The fall of this year is absolutely insane.
Yeah. I got some vacation time.
Oh, I'm sorry,
from
November.
work. I think I
Oh,
need
good.
to
It comes out
take
November.
Oh yeah, but like October, November is just like an avalanche of games. You're like,
Well,
how
it should
many
be.
games are
Yeah.
releasing?
We should. It should be. I mean, for me, October is going to be Battlefield and Arc Raiders. And then September, I might pick up Cronus, which is made by Bloober Team, and it looks good. They showed another trailer of it, and you can tell that it is. They basically took the style of Dead Space and made their own game with it. It's very influenced by Dead Space, which is a good thing because we'll probably never get another Dead Space, unfortunately. So that's it. Liam, was there anything that stood out for you that you want to talk about?
Surprisingly, Black Ops 7 had a good trailer. I'll say. I like
That's
the trailer,
subjective.
but it might just be, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like teasing crap that doesn't happen. So
Yeah.
with this whole like psychological warfare. And,
Yeah.
seeing stuff that isn't there, kind of stuff. It sounds cool, but does that actually happen in game?
I know. We just talked about that in another game. So how cool would that be? But in Call of Duty, it just seems so out of place and goofy. You know what I mean?
But if it looked like it did in the trailer, that could be really cool for like a campaign. But I'll have to see what it actually does. Obviously, I'll just play it for the zombies anyway.
The campaign is co-op, right? Or is it just some missions that are co-op? It is co-op.
No, fully co-op. Yeah.
Okay, so that might be worth at least playing the campaign.
Yeah.
It's going to be on Game Pass, so
Yep.
don't have to worry about that.
Don't worry about it. It's
Yeah.
on Game Pass anyway.
The multiplayer, I'll pass. I'll be playing Battlefield. I'll be blowing holes in walls and throwing C4 on tanks and getting shot by snipers through walls. It looks a little interesting. I'm just not fond of the Black Ops Mason whole, like weirdo thing. Is like it's always that weird twist.
If that doesn't interest you, then I can see why not.
I want to go back to
want to play off something else.
Yeah, I want to go back to like boots on the ground, like fighting, and you're playing like Private Doug for like a couple of missions, and then you're playing, pilot, blah blah blah, and you know what I mean, like, and you get like these different perspectives and stuff. That was so cool. That was such a good idea. That was from the first Call of Duty when you played that, and then in Call of Duty 2, which is just a phenomenal game. You got to see the Russian side and the American side, and it was just really cool. I'd say go back to that.
I think now like Call of Duty is probably like turning into the like generic action blockbuster full of summer film, that kind of thing, and it's just like these huge things that happen. It's like because explosions and guns.
Yeah, because it's
stuff.
it's like Call of Duty by Jerry Bruckheimer. Yeah, they just kind of try to outdo the last campaign. It's like
right.
Fast and Furious. Like each movie just gets a little more
I was
ridiculous.
just gonna say Fast and Furious. Yeah, Fast and Furious. We're on part 6 already.
Right. This time, like the car, they're gonna jump the Grand Canyon, or something. Like
Because
in a Tesla or some shit, But I think that's. I don't know. I'll play the campaign. I'll check out the multiplayer probably, but
because even like the game, like when they're explaining all the features and things that they said, it's like, but this map is bigger and you can go here and you can do this, you can be co-op and Like bigger isn't always better.
Well, this is Call of Duty, man. Bigger is always better. That's their motto.
It's not what the lady said.
That's right. Your Call of Duty is big. So yeah, you know, but
my KD is small.
Well, we'll see. Right. Well, we'll see what they do with the skins and how, you know, they're under scrutiny right now because after this Battlefield beta, I mean, like, holy shit, is like, this actually looks like a military shooter. What do you think of that?
You remember what Battlefield actually looks like? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Well, I know with Black Ops 7, you'll still have all the same skins because that's what they do now with the annual releases. So everything Black Ops 6 will go into Black Ops 7.
So the next one should be Modern Warfare 4, I guess, and unless they do something completely different, yeah.
Yeah, which is rumored to be like just a different game next year, but I don't know, or it might be Modern Warfare 4.
I was wondering if they go back to like World War One. It worked for Battlefield. Nobody thought it would. They were like, "Oh my god, what are you talking about?" But then, that game was so much fun. I mean, it was awesome. So, yeah, I'd like to see them do something like that. Like, don't go crazy with everything. You know, just make it like gritty. Make it like it used to be. You know, give it. There's so many times playing Call of Duty in those early games. It's like, wow, this is like, you know, and they would let like World War II vets play it, and they would go, wow, you guys nailed it. You know, like storming the beach at Normandy. You know, it's like there's more people there, but you nailed it. Like that was it. You got bullets here, and you know, now if you showed this to like a modern soldier, they'd be like, you know, that's ridiculous. You know, that's bullshit. Even though they're probably already playing the multiplayer. So I don't know. We'll see what happens this season. I think that Battlefield is going to do better. I don't know about sales numbers, but as just basically in the narrative and in people's conversations, I think Battlefield is going to be huge. I think it's going to show that, you know, what they can do with it.
I wonder what's going to actually happen in terms of like the sale numbers between Battlefield and Call of Duty. I think Call of Duty will still be a monster because it just is.
Yeah.
And I think people will buy Battlefield. There'll be a group. There'll be this small group that buy Battlefield and be like, "This isn't Call of Duty.
Yeah.
This isn't like what? Why is everyone, you know, not running around and not camping in this spot?
Yeah.
Where's all the flashy skins?
If you're getting into this and this is your first Battlefield, buckle up, Buttercup. Yeah. You're gonna have to get with somebody that knows what they're doing and do everything they say.
But I definitely think because of so many games coming out around the same time, there will be games that will have maybe a similar fate to like Titanfall. When Titanfall came out, a lot of really popular games came out. You look at Arc Raiders.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid is going to happen to Arc Raiders.
Arc Raiders,
terrible,
Battlefield.
Man.
Yeah, Arc Raiders, Battlefield, and Call of Duty around the same time.
What Arc Raiders has got going for it, it's not like it's not competing with them. It's not Call of Duty. It's not Battlefield. It's a different, you know, genre.
Yeah,
of
but
shooter.
people only have so much money.
Yeah, it's a competitive shooter though.
Yeah.
I
mean, is it a competitive
okay,
shooter?
look at it this way. If there's no Call of Duty out and there's no Battlefield out, you've got a ton of players that could be interested in playing a $40 game that'll give them that same kind of rush that Battlefield or Call of Duty do. Okay, if Call of Duty is out and Battlefield's out, they're not going to see Arc Raiders. It's not even going to be in their vision. There's going to be a lot of people that just don't see it. And that's where they're going to fuck up. That's, you know, if they pushed it into spring, which maybe they should, that might benefit them. I hate to say that because I want to play the shit out of it, but if they were to push it outside of that window when there's nothing to play like that, you know, and that's why that playtest was so successful and so phenomenal, is that it hit right when there was nothing like it. You couldn't touch it. Marathon had just had theirs, and everybody was like, ugh. And then they dumped this one out, and it was like everybody was like, oh my God, go play this. So it's timing is everything with these things, and I hate to see. And these guys are ex-Battlefield guys. They should know this, man.
Yeah. I imagine with all the games that we see that are slated for October, November release, we'll still see delays in a month's time.
Yeah,
because there's just too many. There's just too many games. It's so packed full of games. It's going to get hard to get noticed.
Well, I mean that's normal for this, the holiday season.
Yeah, that is normal. But like the way like budgets are going now, it's like
the economy's a little different now. Yeah,
how many studios can afford, all these things and just like missing your player base?
Yeah, and like you said, it's the difference is that the amount of games coming out is not different, but the price of some of them and the economy in general. Like how many $60, $70, $80 games can a person buy within those 2 months?
Or play like.
Well,
even have the time to play them.
I have limited time, and I'm gonna play one of those games.
Yeah.
And then I may buy a second one, but if I get into one, I don't want to play another one. It's listen, November, October, that's apple picking season, man. I buy a big bag of apples. I don't eat all the apples. I only eat I'm done eating the damn apples.
Well,
so I mean,
no, you got a good point. It's gonna be interesting to see because, I mean, money's tight, man. Money is tight for everybody.
Money and time are the two things that we have very limited of.
Except these CEOs, of course, that make these decisions when to release these games. And I kind of thought there for a couple of years that we were going to get away from this end of year release, bucket of games and release them throughout the year.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. Like I understand from a CEO's point of view that it's the holidays and that's when most people get it. But if everyone does put it there, who's gonna buy it?
Yeah,
we got 12 months. Spread them out.
Yeah, we do. And I mean, Call of Duty does not have to come out at the end of the year. It can come out in the spring. It can come out, first of the year. It's not a have-to situation. They only do that because that is where they know that their potential lies, their most potential lies. But that can't be sustainable with our economy. I have to buy Christmas presents in November and December. October I can manage. November to into December, my game purchases are going to drop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or go up depending on how many games you're gonna buy for everybody.
What's the wink wink?
Everybody's getting Call of Duty for Christmas.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get everybody Call of Duty, whether they've got a console or not. I'm just gonna go buy it for everybody. My grandmother broke her foot right before Christmas, and she told my grandfather's like, you gotta go shopping for everybody. And then here's a list and blah, blah. He's like, no, I got it. No, he's like, no, I got it. I know what to get. I got this covered. So for Christmas that year, everybody, even the kids, got a Hillshire Farms like sausage and cheese cracker thing. But it was even the exact same one. Like it wasn't even like people got different ones. He's like, I got the Christmas shopping done. I even wrapped everything's under the tree and everything. She's like, oh my God, that's so great. And we started opening those up. So it was funny, man. It was just hilarious. I'll never forget that.
I used to hate those as a kid, but I love them now. I'm like, sausage and cheese and crackers, yes.
I know. Get out of my way. Where's my cholesterol medicine?
I'm gonna bring them to work.
Right. And then you got like 5 other guys going, hey, is that Hillshire Farms sausage and cheese? You got some extra?
Is that an adult Lunchables?
Right. Yeah, right.
Adult Lunchables.
Yes, it is.
It's got a little thing of scotch. It's got some sausage.
Yeah.
A little bit of regret. Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, all right. Well, I think we're done here. Let's get out of here. But yeah, next week there may be some things like right now. Gamescom is still going on, so there may be some other things that pop up. I kind of doubt it, but we'll talk about them next week if they do, and if not, we'll hopefully not be talking about Roblox blowing up as like the biggest sex trafficking platform in the world. Dear God. So anyway,
jeez,
we're out of here. Thanks for joining us. Like and subscribe, please. It's free.
Thank you.
And free of stuff.